Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Massive flames and black plumes of smoke follow another North Dakota train derailment, evacuating a small town. We have new information tonight on the breaking news story that we have been following all day, and we're the first to report. Thanks for joining us tonight. Train tanker cars continue to burn tonight, and the town of Heimdall, North Dakota remains evacuated following a derailment this morning. The rail line the train was traveling on stretches from just west of Castleton to Minot. About 40 people live in this small town of Heimdall, where it sits about 50 miles east of Minot. 10 tankers were involved in the fire. No injuries have been reported. Jennifer Willis took some pictures for us moments after the derailment, and she lives about a half a mile from the crash site and says the heat could be felt from quite a distance away. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric joins us from Heimdall with the very latest on all of this.
Another Bakken bomb has exploded, once again disrupting the lives of everyday North Dakotans. The residents of the tiny village of Heimdall witnessed the carnage unfold firsthand. Jennifer Willis took these photos shortly after the derailment this morning. She said it was over 40 minutes before emergency personnel arrived on scene, and then about 8:30 they were told to leave town. Congressman Kevin Kramer arrived to see the devastation firsthand.
To see how a scene plays out, to see how a community responds, to see how a fire burns. All of that will be helpful as we now monitor the new rule and see if it's adequate.
Congressman Kramer also said he wanted to be here to show support for the first responders and the families displaced in Heimdall. Reporting in Wells County, Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Now, in case you're wondering how much oil could be involved, each tank car typically carries anywhere from 675 to 720 barrels of oil. That equals nearly 32,000 gallons of oil per tanker. We have team coverage of this breaking news story, and we'll have much more tonight on Valley News Live 6 and at 10 o'clock. Well, the fire and smoke plumes are like deja vu for a Castleton, North Dakota family that we talked to today. The Pyle family is still dealing with aftermath of the massive November 13th train derailment on their property. That derailment spilled lumber and empty tank cars, several of them exploding after 2 trains derailed from a broken rail. Since the disaster, Brandy Pyle says they haven't been able to do any planting. The land has been taken out of production, and the family is trying to move on.
Every time you see the oil train, you know, that quick thought runs through your head, or if you're stopped at the crossing in Castleton, you know, you watch the rails bounce, and it does go through your head of, okay, is this ever going to happen again? And we all know eventually it will.
Well, coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 6, hear more about the long-lasting effects that rail accidents like these have on families in our area. Now, with the rain passing through the area, is any of this going to hamper maybe some of the efforts out in Heimdall for crews to be putting out that train derailment fire?
The weather did have a little bit of an impact on the situation out there in central North Dakota throughout the day. Let me show you a couple of things that we were watching. The winds were from the south and southeast throughout the day. As we take a look at the map right now, we have wind speeds around 10 to 20 miles per hour in the area of the accident. It's just to the north and to the west of the Jamestown area in Wells County. Here's the radar, and again, it was just to the east of the Harvey area where the incident took place. Now, as we take a look, the winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, the rain passing through kind of washes some of that smoke out of the air, so certainly some of the hydrocarbons from the flames could have been landing on farmlands downwind. So certainly people downwind from this felt the effects of the smoke all day, and that's why the community was asked to leave their homes. Now, as we look at the radar picture here, a lot of rain moving up to the Devil's Lake Basin. Things have been a little quieter there. Heading through the evening, we're not done with the rain yet, and even some thunderstorms moving to the I-94 corridor towards St. Cloud. Here's a look at the rainfall estimates so far. Most of it in central North Dakota, with southern Stutsman County, an estimate of about 1/2 inch of rain there. And southeast North Dakota getting some. More rain is in store for us as we go through the evening and overnight hours. I'll have details on exactly how much you can expect in your backyard, but looks like a wet couple of days, both for those fighting fires and those of us who have gardens to grow.
There's a lot going on. All right, Hutch, thank you so much. Well, several power outages reported in the area today, and Xcel Energy is saying about 4,000 people were without power. Traffic lights were out in several areas, including 25th and 10th Streets, but they're now back on. Valley News Team's Macy Enger is live where all this started to give us the latest. Macy?
Yeah, Stephanie, firefighters and Xcel Energy Power Company just left the area, and power, like you said, is back on. Now, firefighters say they came out to this area around noon. They say the power pole just right over my shoulder near that school sign was on fire. Now, they say the power pole caught fire and burned through the pole, causing part of it to collapse. Now, crews quickly closed off the roads about a block in each direction of 2nd Avenue South, which are now all back open. Crews were worried about the busy area and someone walking through it, and that's why they closed down the roads. About 1:30, 2,000 people had power, and for a few hours, like you said, the stoplights along University were shut off, which are now back on. No one was hurt in this whole ordeal, but some people we talked with say it did cause a hiccup in their day.
Can't take a nap now and can't charge my phones because I got to work tonight. I'm waiting for the power to get back on. But, you know, it's first time experience for me to go through all this, you know. What can I say?
Now, Xcel Energy says the cause of this power outage is pointing to our dry winter and weather that we've had. They say with a small arc from a power line and the rain could cause the spark to cause the pole to catch fire. And that's what they believe caused this power outage. But like we said, everyone does now have power in the area. Stephanie?
People were frustrated and they're now probably happy to have that back on. All right, thanks, Macy. Well, an autopsy is complete for a University of North Dakota student who died last month. According to the Grand Forks County Coroner's Office, Alex Davis died from a fentanyl overdose. The 22-year-old was found unresponsive on Saturday, April 4th. According to police, Davis lived for several hours after being rushed to Altru Hospital. A neighbor says he does not believe that there were any major parties in the home there Friday night into Saturday morning. Davis was a visual arts student at UND. A missing Bismarck teen is back with her family today after having been missing since Saturday. Bismarck police confirmed early this morning that Akira Morin has been located. Akira's father also says that authorities found her boyfriend who was reportedly traveling with her. No other details are being released right now. You may now have an excuse for a ladies' weekend getaway, and you could pick up some new skills while you're there. The 2015 Becoming an Outdoors Woman Camp is set, and it's a great chance to learn some new skills specifically designed for women. Some activities include canoeing, archery, and paddle sports. There are different levels of classes designed for women with different experience levels. And according to the North Dakota Game and Fish Department, it's a fun way to challenge yourself.
It's just another way to take that outdoors recreation to another level, to put some smile on some faces and to learn some new skills as well.
Now, the camp is set for August 7th through the 9th. It's available for women 18 years and older, and it costs $150 for everything. For more information on this, head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on the hot button. It's Wednesday, and every Wednesday this month, we're traveling around the valley to find small towns who serve up some big flavor. This morning, the Valley Today's Christy Larson found another great spot that may be worth the drive.
We are in Hankinson, North Dakota this week, this time visiting Hotcakes Cafe, and I'm here with the owner, Greg Paulson. And Greg, why don't you tell us what Hotcakes Cafe is all about?
Small town business, you know, family run and operated. I grew up in a family run supper club business, kind of cooked through college, and when the opportunity came to come back here, we decided let's do that. But it just is, it's almost like a cheers atmosphere. Everyone knows your name. You walk in and say, how you doing? Or how's the crop? Or how's the business? Or how's the kids? And we enjoy that, getting to know everyone and having that relationship along with the good food and service and the homemade goods we worked on earlier.
And you guys have a lot of stuff on your menu that you might not find in some of those corporate stores. So why don't you just kind of share again the train wreck? What is that about?
The train wreck was brought here by a couple that moved from another town, but it's hash browns. We do some ham and onions grilled inside, then melt a little cheese and put it on top, and why not? We also do a couple biscuit and gravy things with some bacon on them, a little eggs, cheese, and more gravy on top of all of it, and it's health food, of course.
And obviously, if people are traveling down this way, you would encourage them to come and stop by. You guys are open from 6 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon.
We're just 2 miles off the interstate. It's a nice little convenient stop. We'll treat you like family, take care of you, and get you on the way back down the road at the a full stomach and a smile on your face. So.
And if you want your small diner, cafe to also be featured, you can email me at christyl@valleynewslive.com, and we'll be going to another new place next week.
Looks delicious. Very good. We'll catch Small Town Big Flavor every Wednesday this month on the Valley Today from 5 to 7 a.m. Well, still ahead for us, we'll tell you why you might want to think about another type of meat to serve at your Thanksgiving this year.
Some good soaking showers moving into the northern valley as thunder and even some hail is possible out in the central Dakotas. Your hour-by-hour forecast says more rain. Details are coming up next.